Welcome to another episode of FML, and today we are going to start these cars. Today we might start these cars. I don't think they're going to start. I know the Wagon hasn't ran for 25 years, and this one may be pushing 20, 15 to 20, somewhere around that mark. So let's throw a battery in there and see what happens. This one or this one? This one or this one? Let's do this one first, because that one's been the longest. So let's pop the hood and see what we got. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is take the air filter cleaner off assembly and make sure there's no mice in there to get sucked up. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the fuel line off. I'm assuming this is my suction line, my bringer of the end fuel line. You know what we should do? We should check the oil, see if there's any oil in it. It's got oil. Anything else we gotta keep an eye out for? I'm gonna go grab a fire extinguisher. I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared about what I'm about to find. Look at that. Pretty clean underneath there. Alright, I just threw a battery in there. I haven't messed with the fuel line, which, by the way, I have a little can of diesel and I'm just going to run fresh diesel through it. So let's see what happens. There's no noise being made in here, no dome lights being... Oh, lights work. Fasten seatbelt light comes on, but this glow plug light doesn't come on. Let's just turn it over, see what happens. Nothing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect this fuel line. I got some new stuff and we're going to run it to our diesel fuel. Some fresh fuel. Is this supposed to be anything? Oh, it's like a little filter. Alright, so we have fresh fuel. This is still not working. And we're going to turn the key on, let it sit for a minute and see what happens. Alright, we are back. The belt light went off. Let's see what happens. Nothing. I'm starting to wonder if my glow plugs are working. Alright, after some thinking on my part, I've decided that the fuel comes in down there into the pump, and then it comes up here into the filter, goes through the filter and into the distribution block thingamajobber. So we'll see if we can suck up anything from there. I'm pretty sure my glow plugs are not working. I would assume they're supposed to be warm to the touch, right? And they're not. And I traced the wire over to this guy, and maybe this guy is bad. So we'll switch it out from that one if it doesn't start after this. Alright, let's see what happens. I don't think my glow plugs are working, so let's see if we can figure something else out. So I'm going to start this off by saying that it's been a very, 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 very long time since I've worked on a diesel motor. It's been even longer since I worked on one of these motors. So bear with me, but I have figured some things out. I was going to switch this out with one from that car, but that has a different setup. So we have wires here, and then we have this gray wire. I followed it and it goes into the car. I pull out that and decide that it goes to this button right here. I push the button, that kicked in, and I touched that and burnt my finger. So our glow plugs are working now. So let's try turning it over again. All right, keys on. Do I hold it? I'm gonna hold it. We'll hold it here for a few seconds, see what happens. I'm just wondering if I'm not holding this button long enough. We're gonna hold it even longer now. Oh, try again. We'll do the glow plug hold again. All right, let's try it. Nothing. Come on, so close. I'm going to try to hold the camera with my legs, hold the button for the glow plugs, and turn the key. Holy cow, that worked! Look at that. She runs, but will she stop? She actually runs pretty good. Now let's get crazy and see if she goes into gear. The gas pedal doesn't work. Oh! I can feel it going into gear. Maybe it just needs some fluid to be worked in there. I know we got a brake locked up. I wonder if I can adjust the throttle to rev up a smidge higher. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get her to move. If you guys can see that, but she does move, but that wheel must be locked up pretty good. But she does go into gear. Wonder if the AC works. No, it does not. Fan doesn't work either. There's no fan switch. Ah! Alright, rev her up a little. Now let's see if we can get it to shut off. It shut off. Well, there you have it. This one does run and it goes into gear, even though this wheel is locked up. That's actually why this tire is like this, because it was dragged. All right, let's wrap this guy up and move on to the wagon, because I'm really curious about the wagon. All right, we got our fuel hooked up on this one. We got our battery on, and now we're gonna see what's underneath the air filter. Alright, we are in this one where I'm storing car parts. Let's turn the key on. There's our glow plug light. Let's see if these actually work. Da, 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 da. Still waiting. Still waiting. Oh, shut off. We'll see what happens. The car was in reverse. That almost sucked. Try again. Alright, our light went off. So I double checked my fuel lines, make sure that we did have fuel coming into it, so let's try it again. I think our jumper box is giving up on us too. So we sprayed some WD-40 into the intake, so let's see if that does anything. No, we need to switch our battery out. This one's getting to be too dead. So I put a few squirts of starting fluid into the intake. We have the Mercedes Wagon hooked up with jumper cables because my battery pack died. And let's see if we blow her up. Well, that didn't sound good. Kinda wanted a fire there. I'm gonna try again. Yeah. So I'm throwing the towel in on this one. I suspect that my glow plugs are bad, but I don't think that heat is transferring into the cylinders, and it's like 50 degrees right now, so maybe we need that heat. I know that thing didn't want to fire up until I really held on to the glow plugs and let them burn. So I'm calling it quits. Long story short, this motor is not staying in this car. This motor is getting pulled out. This car, I don't know what I'm doing with this car yet. I'm not scrapping it. I've gotten a lot of comments and feedback on I shouldn't do that. And I found a rust-free one at the junkyard, so maybe I could save this car. I still really love this color combo, so maybe we'll do a mild restoration on it. I'm not sure yet if I want to tackle that, because I'm basically replacing every single body panel on this car, except for the roof. So on that note, it was a good day. We got 50% of them started. That's half. I feel like those are pretty good numbers. But on that note, thanks guys for watching, and remember to keep making financial mistakes. Like these guys. This one, this one, this one, this one. Thank you.